the home of Formula One here at Limitless Racing League, round number 5 here at Division number 2. On board with Wiltman, gonna set a lap here. Something has happened with Shine Dog there, coming out of the second sector there. He was on a lap, so something has encountered with his lap there. Looks like Aston Martin of Snipes there trying to get out of the way of Wiltman there. A little bit of an impediment right there, but seems like Wiltman has every intention to not give up the lap, as it seems like coming out of the first sector into the second, coming into the next sequence of corners here, about to reach the famous corner where Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton came together. Flat out through 8th gear, keeping it flat. Now through Maggots and Beggots now. Into the section where it is consistent. And that is going to be impediment for Agent there, but it'll be fastest with a 127.0. Good time for the driver there, but AK is going to come right across the corner there. And what will he be able to set? The Snipes will go fastest with a 126.7 to follow that counter. The teammate of the VCARB team will invalidate and will go again to try to set another lap here. See if he can do it here. See Miss Chandler about to come across the line. See what they can do. And the Salbert Garage. Will he be able to get Hulkenberg's dream? And it's going to be close to a second or a podium position to start. Gaz comes in behind with a second row startup for him. And that'll be just enough. His teammate is going to be up ahead. Gaz Flux is going to be ahead on the front row with Snipes just behind. And wow. See what the timing sheets look like as of right now. Snipes with a 126.7. Flux with a 126.9. Agent with a 127.0. Gods with a 127.9. Wilt with a 128.4. Miss with a 128.7. Mark with a 128.8. Red with a 130.2. And Bear G just setting a time with a 126.8. And that'll push down Flux into third position. So he'll go second fastest. The Williams driver will set as of this moment. There is still time to go out there and set quite a few laps there. And as I was saying, Mark with a 128.8. Just behind his teammate Jard, Redwood, and AK with a 136.3 will be the end of the timing sheets runner as of right now. Original has lost it through the first sequence of corners. Will he be able to get it back, though? He will try to get it back on track. We'll ride on board with Project Nemesis and see how he goes on his lap here, his first official lap around Silverstone. And Shine Dog in chat saying, my cat knocked over my glass and it shattered and it scared me. I jumped and it hit the wall on my out lap. Oops. It's always the cat. Whoops. Yeah, it's always the cat. Just trying to get your attention. That's all they're doing. Project Nemesis keeping it together here. DRS is open. Coming around the last sequence of corners, what will he be able to set? And that is going to be a 128.6, and that'll put him 7th fastest, right ahead of Miss Chandler. And just a few tenths, roughly around 2.5 tenths away from Wiltman, and about 2 seconds, or yeah, under a second from the top 5. Through the last sequence of corners, Apex Agent, will he be able to put that RB closer to the top? Will it be? And it will be a front row startup for Agent, unless Flux has something to say about it, and he's not going to improve. But Bear G is 9 thousandths of a second up on his time. Will he be able to improve and knock Snipes off of the pole position here at Silverstone in the underdog of cars here? Wiltman's about to improve here. 2/10 improvement. Coming into the last few corners, using all the battery he can through the last corner, and it's going to be a 27.4, and it's going to still be 6th position for him. A 2/10 improvement for Gaz here. Looks like if he improves a little bit, it might just stay the same, and it's going to be a 126.9 for Gaz here. And just behind, it looks like Bear G is not going to improve, so he's going to proper his lap here as it sits. Session. So that is it for qualifying for this time around. So Snipes will take pole position with a 126.398, followed by Agent, Flux, Bear G, Gaz, Wiltman, Jard, Miss Chandler, Mark, Project Nemesis, AK, Redwood, and unable to set times are unoriginal JJ and Shine Dog here at Silverstone. And that is the grid for our 50% race here at the home of Motorsport here. All right, formation lap is enabled. So we will see these guys come around and warm up the tires. Bear G and Snipes have chosen the hard compound tires. The soft compound tire runners are going to be unoriginal, Redwood, and Miss Chandler with the soft compound tires. Medium compound tire runners are going to be AK, Project Nemesis, Mark, Jard, Wiltman, Gaz, Flux, and Apex Agent are going to be the medium compound tire runners for the Silverstone Grand Prix here on F125. All right, it is 27 laps of roaring here at Silverstone, and it is away we go here at the home of Motorsport. Snipes gets a good start on, ooh, and it looks like Bear G trying to make it three wide through the second corner there, and there's a little bit of incidence back there. A little further back, a little further forward though. The Red Bulls going at it, trying to keep it underway here. Go with the position changes. Gaz up 3 positions from where he started. Snipes already up to a 1.6 second gap between the car behind. Trying to keep it together. Shine Dog up 4 positions from where he started. And there's a little bit of carnage. Bear G, there was contact between someone that looked like Project Nemesis. Ooh, further up the board here. Agent has finally gotten his car, I believe. Wait, no, that's Jard. Ooh, and there's contact between the Williams. Not sure if they have damage. Who has damage? Non-original has spun in the back. Snipes with a 133.9 to set off the first lap. 2 seconds ahead of Flux as of right now. He is on the hard compound tires, so he's trying to take it easy, and that's a little bit of a moment between Flux, or Project Nemesis. A little bit of a tap between Shine Dog and Wiltman back there. Down the inside, Project Nemesis goes on Redwood. Redwood leaves the space. Around the outside he goes, trying to keep the power down a little bit. Goes a little bit deep, but leaves the room for Project Nemesis. And keeps the ball running in front of him. Shine Dog, though, is going to look for the overtake around the outside. And that is going to be an overtake before the famous corner of Lewis Hamilton and Verstappen even happens. Shine Dog making another overtake. Flux with the fastest lap of a 1:30.6. So 2 Red Bull drivers are setting personal bests. Bear G down the inside of Miss Chandler. And that is another overtake for Bear G. So he's back where he started. Project Nemesis. A little bit of a wiggle from... Manages to save the car from that mega oversteer. And that grasps an opportunity for Mark here to go down the inside. His rears are absolutely screaming. He's going to try to march back and attack. So he's back where he started. Same with Mark here. Something has happened to Wiltman. Project Nemesis down the inside. Redwood saw it coming. It went in deep. They're trying to make the position stay where it's at. And Flux still trying to chase down Mr. Snipes here for the win. All right, 4 out of 26. Not sure if there was contact between Project Nemesis and Redwood, but Project Nemesis has gotten by Redwood here for a 9th position. And it looks like Mr. Flux here is gaining ever so slightly on Snipes now. God's trying to keep Bear G at bay. Bear G looking for that podium position once again. Shine Dog with the wing damage. I would imagine for lap 1 incident. Jard just ahead. Going to look to try to make the overtake happen. Shine Dog down the inside on Jard here. Manages to get ahead of Jard, even though the wing damage is present. And Bear G is by Gaz here. Bear G has gotten by Mr. Gaz. Trying to keep it nice and cool here. 21 laps remaining here at the Silverstone Grand Prix, or the Great Britain Grand Prix. Down the inside. And Redwood gets that position done. And there's contact between Redwood and Miss Chandler. But Miss Chandler manages to save it in time and is still within DRS range of Redwood. See here. And those are the highest. Well, Project Nemesis is on 54% worn mediums. So 12 lap old. So he's going to want to come in this lap in order to get those hards to the end. Looking to try to get the freshest tire possible for the next stint. But I would imagine we're going to see Shine Dog in this lap. And what has happened to the guys here? And that's going to seek an opportunity for Project Nemesis. He's not going to be far enough, and Shine Dog into the pits, but he gets a 10-second time penalty entering it. Not getting the car slowed down enough. Project Nemesis now in the pits. Good pit stop from both teams there. Shine Dog looking to get those mediums all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. Same with Project Nemesis. But, man, Bear G might have to come in this lap in order to keep it together here. He's now hitting 60%. I mean, Snipes was at 65% worn on the highest tire that he's seen, that he has on his tire. So, I don't know which one it was, but I'm sure it was either the front left or the left side of the car, but he does stay out, surprisingly enough, for another lap. Further back, Jard and Redwood battling it out here Down the inside, Jard goes on Redwood a little wide. Redwood goes, still side by side. Through Maggots and Beggots. Great battling here. We're witnessing here. What a battle. Down the outside, he thinks about it. It's not going to be enough for Jard. But will he be able to get a late send down the outside? Will he do it? Will there be a battle situation? Around the outside, there's contact, and Redwood was able to save it. And unfortunate there was contact there, but he was able to get by. And also, Shine Dog was able to get by Mark here. Markavid, the Sauber driver, just behind. And Gaz under attack from Miss Chandler now. And Bear G has stayed out for another lap. And Gaz has no front wing. So he's going to imagine, I would imagine he's going to pit for a soft compound tire this time around. 72% Bear G's tires are right now. Absolutely fuming and screaming right now in agony. Once he gets that description, DRS isn't disabled, he's going to have to come in order to get... I don't know. Would this be considered within regulations if DRS, if it rains? This is going to be an interesting point of view here. I mean, there's still 6 laps remaining. 7 laps remaining, sorry. In the Grand Prix. Well, 8. Yeah. 8 laps. And the rain is just coming down a little bit harder each time, and each round the lap he goes. And will he come in? And it looks like he's going to come in, and Snipes is going to stay out. And that is close. To see all the marbles on those hard compound tires as they were nearly at 80%. Just absolutely screaming. So I'd imagine he's going to have some time in order to catch up the Flux here. I mean, Snipes is absolutely struggling also for grip. Same for Flux, so Bear G might be on the optimal strategy right now. If he can keep it up and keep the pace going, he'll have warmer tires than Snipe and Flux. If they do decide to come in this lap, they're just only going to lose lap after lap after lap pace. And they are both on the same percentage, actually, for tire wear, which is very interesting for being on different compounds, as it is 55% for both of them. So this time around, we'll see if Snipes and Flux come into the pits for intermediate compound tires. It's a little bit of an unexpected rain, and it looks like Snipes is going to stay out. What will Flux do? Will he come in? And it looks like he's going to stay out, so Bear G is going to be able to come out and try to stay on par with the grip. Shine Dog trying to keep it together. He's got that 10-second time penalty. Field has spread out quite a bit. So I'll look at the positions change. So Flux has gained 1, same with Bear G. Shine Dog has gained 10 positions, so our biggest winner. Markavid starting, or well, is started where he did start in a Grand Prix. Project Nemesis up 4 positions. Goss up down 2. Miss Chandler started where he started. Wiltman down 3. Same with Jard. Redwood up 1, and AK started where he did in qualifying. Just look at the intervals here from Bear G. Just see how much time he's absolutely gaining on Snipes here, lap after lap. And getting absolute lap comparison. So Snipes' last lap was a 1:35.8, and he comes into the pits. So here comes Bear G and Flux here, and it's coming in a little hot. And manages to get it stopped. Bear G coming around. I believe it's Chapel. And that's intermediates. What will Bear G be able to get the undercut done? And side-by-side action with Bear G trying to lead the room. What happened to Bear G? He was alongside him, and oh, there he is. So he was able to go side by side with Snipes for a little while. Everybody going on to the intermediate compound tires. So everybody's going to be even Steven other than Bear G. 2 lap older tires. So 10% advantage is the tire deficit between Snipes and Bear G as of right now. And Flux here. And DRS is finally disabled, as it is finally coming down to an absolute pour outside here at Silverstone towards the end of it. So 4 more laps. Here, 10-second time penalty or Redwood speeding in the pit lane. A little bit of battling going on up front with Jard and the Haas driver of Wiltman. Closest battle on track right now. Ooh, and that is Wiltman losing it. He was able to save it though. Oh, it was a snap of oversteer. So 3.9 seconds separate Snipes and Bear G. 3 laps to go. Flux looking to try to catch up to Bear G here to get second position for Red Bull. .3 seconds now. DRS is still disabled through the conditions now. Snipe starting the penultimate lap here, lap 25 out of 26. The last, one more time around, will be the last time Snipes will have to do it and grasp victory here at Division 2. Gauze with the 3-second time penalty. That'll go towards the end of his event. So Gauze, Jard, Wiltman, and AK have the 3-second time penalty. Wiltman or Redwood will have the 10. Shine Dog served his 10-second time penalty in the pit lane. And Snipes will almost start the last lap here. Flux ever so slightly getting closer to Bear G on the penultimate lap as they are starting lap 26 out of 26 now. One more time around and that'll be it for the Silverstone Grand Prix. I believe finished behind Bear G, so he had a decent race, so definitely tried to make it up further up the pack. I believe he started, let's see, on the second row behind, let's see, yes, it was behind a agent. So he was able to stay where he was, so no positions lost or gained for him. Strategy, I would imagine, went great for him, and kept it nice and organized through maggots and baguettes for keeping it nice and great. As far as get the calendar up for Abu Dhabi coming around number 6. Hopefully we'll see him here on the podium once again here at Limitless Racing, and following just behind the Williams driver of Bear G. Obviously trying to go until the unexpected rain was coming towards the end of the race, as the forecast should have been checked in that, but it was at 88%, but he was definitely trying to keep those hards to the absolute under from puncture range. So he was definitely there. He was keeping it nice and tidy, preventing a Lewis Hamilton front left blowout or a right left blowout, wherever the highest deck was for him, as it was quite high. So definitely a mega race for him. Kept it nice and tidy, and managed to pull out P2 at the end of the day. And as far as round number 6, coming up to consecutive podiums, and definitely would like to see him on the podium step once again for the Williams driver. But here we are with Mr. Snipes, I believe the 5th win in a row now here at Division 2. Winning at Saudi, the 2 events at Saudi, Singapore, and I haven't updated Austin, so I believe he did win Austin too. So
yep.
Coming into, tell us how do you think your strategy was going to play out?
Your mic cut out, sorry.
How do you think your strategy was going to play out?
I was hoping that the rain would come in a little sooner with the hard tires. My tires were like at around 85% when I boxed, I think, or like 80%. So that kind of screwed me over a little bit. But I went on to the mediums and tried to catch up back up to Reggie, and at the end I just went to inters and beat him out of the pit lane.
Were you a little nervous at that point of time where he was side by side with you for quite some time?
Yeah, he was desync in a lot of this race, so I was kind of praying that I wouldn't get sideswiped by him. So I'm just glad that ended out clean, and yeah.
Well, you came up on top. Was there any specific highlight that made your race the way it was?
Not really. I mean, on that medium, I did kind of lose the car a little bit, and I lost like 2 to 3 seconds to Bear G, so that kind of screwed me over, but I made it back up before I went on to the inters.
Congrats on the win here, and coming into round number 6 now here at Division 2 at Abu Dhabi. Do you fare your chances around Yas Marina?
I think I have pretty good chances. I haven't really raced the circuit a lot on the F1 games, but I'm hoping to hopefully get a good result there.
Yeah, that's the mindset for everybody to improve and have fun. So that's what we're here for, and just enjoy the win, and hopefully we'll see you next week on the podium or on top step.
All right, thank you.
All right, so we will go to the car section here. Go to an interview screen, because I forgot to put that up. But wow, Division 2 is over. Had a little bit of issues, desync issues with the internet cutting out, but other than that, race was really well done. I mean, no safety cars, no nothing. Unexpected rain came at the end. Start was really well managed between all the drivers. Kept it nice and clean. Everybody pitting, trying to stay out. Bear trying to stay out, actually, on his hard compound tires until the unexpected rain, which I did not think it was going to rain or at all, because it looked like it was clear skies all the way through. So definitely a marge for error for that. So it's definitely a yeah, that was a mega strategy call for Bear G, and Snipes trying to stay ahead at that bare minimum to keep him behind, as it's, props to Snipes for that. And Bear G trying to keep that undercut alive and Flux also trying to catch him also, as I'm not sure if he got past them or not. Like I said, they got desynced, so we'll have to figure that out as the time comes. But as it sits, he is ahead of Flux as it sits for right now, until I can get the regular the standings to the end. So definitely a margin of outputs here, and was an entertaining race to watch on my end. And Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi, hopefully it'll be the same. Definitely a speed circuit now, the same thing, power circuit, so definitely gonna be along for the ride. Next week's gonna be Division 1, 8:30 Eastern Tuesday, followed by Division 2 in a week's time at 8:30 Eastern PM. Not gonna want to miss it. Want to race beyond limits with us? Check it out. Check us out. Let's have some fun here at Limitless Racing, and yeah, let's see you out on track, and definitely have some fun and strive to improve. This is your boy Nerf for Nothing, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Let's go! Yeah! For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some